Mucho grandes, muy grandes.
Hello, mijo? Are you there? What are you doing? Are you being good? Javier? Are you there? Javier.
No quiero decir no. Estaba viendo una mujer que tenía unos melones así grandes. Es todo.
What is up, my Remelia fans of the defending NFC West champion Los Angeles Rams? Hope everyone's having a great Wednesday night. Thank you for joining me and waiting for me. As we speak right now, the Dodgers are the top of the sixth. Rain delay with 2 outs. Dodgers 2, Rockies 0. It's raining over there. Bad weather. And unlike over here, where it's hot as hell. We can use a little rain over here. Here we go.
The payoff pitch. And Muncy skies it. Pops it up beyond the infield on the right side. Estrada calling for it. The raindrops. He's not going to make it. It drops down next to Tolio. And 2 Dodgers score. Blame it on the rain.
It is what it is, baby. The luck of the Irish, or the Dodgers. Only the Dodgers aren't Irish, so you figure it out. But hey, that just shows you how dangerous it can be when it rains and you're playing Major League Baseball, man. The scary part is when the pitcher is throws hard and you're trying to hit a ball like that. So, but yes, indeed. So Dodgers 2. It's the 6th inning, 2 outs, and we'll see what happens with that. Also, too, hold on, I got glare in my face over here. Hold on. There we go. It's a little better. There we go. Oh, that'll have to do. But also, too, Jalen Ramsey watch continues. The Rams made a roster move today. Hold on one second. Let me grab that for you. Just slow news. Slow, nothing really going on yet, really. Alaric Jackson hopefully will be fine. Knock on wood. And with his blood clots, I expect him to play. But, Rams made a roster move. Let's see here. Wave, no recall, wide receiver Quintez Cephas. It's just one of those things that we have a deep wide receiver room, and we just for right now we didn't even have a recall on him, so we'll see what happens with that. So, but the Rams wide receiver room is crazy deep, man. I mean, even you got the new guys, Terrence Ferguson, the tight end. He's a tight end, but he catches the ball as well. He's got wheels on him. He can run after the catch. Jordan Whittington is doing things in OTAs and mini camp, man. He's got a year under his belt and kind of growing into the role that he wants to be. Got confidence and working a year under Cooper Kupp and taking another step forward, learning a lot from Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams is this in the chat? Is this the most explosive team? I told my guy Peo, he was on earlier, and I said, Peo, do you agree with me that this is the most explosive Ram team since we had Gurley, Cup, and Robert Woods with that team. Is this the most explosive team, the 2018 team? I mean, we got Devontae Adams now. We got Puka Nacua. Tyler Higbee's still there. Terrence Ferguson, if he plays the way we think he will, he's going to be a weapon out there. Xavier Smith, running back, returns. Jordan Whittington, on and on and on. And then we have athletic linebackers. Undrafted Sean Dolick, and then undrafted free agent, and then when we drafted Chris Paul Jr., Omar Spates. Linebacking core is going to be athletic and surprising for us. They actually paid attention to the line. Well, let's say it this way: they were very fortunate to have gotten these guys. But Tutu Atwell's there on wide receiver too. I can't believe I forgot my guy Tutu. So explosive, man. And then on the running backs, man, we got we drafted a guy. We have Kyron Williams in a rookie his rookie original contract's going to be up after this year, so he's in a contract year. It's going to be amazing. My guy from Notre Dame has his chance to play more. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Let's see here. Hold on one second. I can't wait. But Blake Corum's going to do his thing. Hopefully, he'll get a chance to show what he can do. But it's going to be an amazing year. I just can't wait. But this isn't a very explosive team, man. I mean, Devontae Adams adds a new wrinkle that we haven't had. A big receiver that can get off. He's not in his prime, but he's not anywhere near done. He's still one of the better teams. And then imagine having Devontae Adams, like I said before, as your number 2 receiver or 1B. I can't wait. Let's get into the chat and then we'll get right to it. Willie Bowen, my Woji Willie Bowen. Hi, Rudy. The Alien Rounds will be dominant this year. Winers are bankrupt. Love it, love it, love it. Exactly right. Let's see. My guy Brian Smith says, is Jalen a Steeler yet? We'll see what happens, man. There's a lot of rumors. We'll see what happens with our guy, Jalen Ramsey. Bryce Smith says, hi, Rudy. How you doing, brother? Appreciate you coming in as always. Jack Forty says, what's up, Rudy? Happy Wednesday. Go Dyers. Yes, indeed. Bryce Smith, Rockies are 18-61. Yeah, man. Unfortunately for the Colorado Rockies, team times are tough. Yep. Brian Smith says, Rombo lurking in the chat. Probably is. He probably comes over. But I appreciate Rombo, man. The guy doesn't give up, man. I tell him, Rombo, those 5 rings, props to you guys on those 5 rings, but they didn't help you in the championship game against us, and they ain't going to help you next year. So dust them 10 trophies off. Rubio, fuck the Niners, says, I say it this way. Rubio, FK the Niners, says, horns up to the entire Amelia. How you doing, brother? Appreciate you. Rubio says, this team could be more explosive than that team. I love it, man. I was just looking at it. I was like, man, Terrence Ferguson, Jordan Whittington doing his best Puka Nacua imitation, and then being himself as well, being physical as well. Devontae Adams, Tutu Atwell. And, maybe this is the year that we actually do use Tutu Atwell more. That will be amazing, and then the running backs. I can't wait to see this team in action, man. Hold on one second. The running back too. I always forget his name, but I also too. Shame on me. I'm not even mentioning. He's in the back of my mind. That's why I mentioned explosive team. Kanata Mumfield, the guy we just drafted. He's one of the reasons why I say that. He's always in the back of my mind because we haven't seen him in person or with Matthew Stafford. So he's there too. But the running back that I was trying to look for, I couldn't. His name was just in the back of my mind too. Is Jarquez Hunter, running back from Auburn, and so we'll see what happens with these guys, man. I can't. We just got a lot of young players that can do things. Brian Smith's most explosive team ever would be amazing. I would love it too, man. Greatest show on turf too. Greatest show on surf on the West Coast. Robert Clinton, what's your prediction of the Rams' record this year? Great question. If we get off to a good start, I can see us going. I can see us go 13-4. If we just get on a crazy start, I can see us going 14-3, and then if we maybe start out of the gate like a 5-3 or 4 and let's see, if we start out of the gate like 5-3 or 4-2, I could see us maybe going like 12-5 and something like that. But it just really depends how we start out. We don't want to dig a hole for ourselves, but I think we're going to be amazing. Brian Smith, I have to think that the Greatest Show on Turf was the most explosive. Yeah, man. I mean, I say that just because of the production, but whenever you have a Marshall Faulk, Isaac Bruce, a Torrey Holt, on and on and on, man. Ricky Pro, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. Brian Smith says, hit the like button, folks. Yeah, I always forget that. Thank you guys that remember to do that. Hit the like, and if you guys know anybody at work or friends or families, tell them to come and subscribe and check us out. I appreciate you. And I have the fan on, so my green screen behind me is gone. I see little streaks of green. Whatever. I need to get a stand for it. Rubio says, excited for the season to start. And F the Winers. Yes, indeed. Willie Bone says, fix the auto, Rudy. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Thank you, Willie Bone. Testing. Let's see here. Let me get it up. Here we go. Testing. Hopefully that's better. Let me know in the chat if it's better, louder. Thank you. It could be sometimes connections, but it was kind of low. So it might show up differently too. Sometimes on my TV too, somebody lowers it down and I didn't notice, and I'm like, I can't hear other people's things. But thank you, Willie Bowen. Reba says, well, Rumble wishes he could be Rumble. Reba says 20 is zip. That's right, baby. And Super Bowl champions. Love it. Willie Bowen says 14-2 for the Rams. Yes, indeed. It would have to be 15-2. Willie, I know that you're like me. Like we're used to 16 games because it's 17 games. So I know what you mean. 15-2 for the regular season. Bryce Smith, the Jayers gave a soft schedule. I had to say it differently. If we were next to each other at a sports bar, I'll say it right, but yep, he's got it. Willie Buss says, okay, in that case, 17-1, 16-1. We know what you mean. Thank you, Willie Bond. Appreciate you, loud and clear. Howard time 0131. Good. Thank you. Appreciate you. Let's get into a quick clip right quick. But yeah, it's very slow time of the year. We're just kind of amping up. Oh, by the way, well, I get into it. I hope you guys got your season tickets. I posted on my community post on YouTube, so you guys can see training camp. Hopefully, I'll see you guys there. I have to get the dates that I'm going to go. My buddy is supposed to be getting tickets because we're all going to go together. So we'll see what happens with that. I cannot wait for that to go out there and see our guys. Let's see. Yeah, here's just a little clip from camp. Puka Nakua making a grab. This kind of stuff scares me because it's camp, man. But don't land wrong, Puka. Hold on. And there's no audio, but yeah, go ahead, Puka. Get that. Yeah, don't land wrong, Puka. There's our guy Devontae Adams, baby. Woo! That's what I'm talking about, Willie Bone. You remember that? Reminds me back in the day Flipper Anderson and Henry Ellard, and then before that, Pressa Denard and Billy Waddy, and then before that, Jack Snow, and back in the day too, Crazy Legs Hirsch, and on and so forth, and love it. Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce are earlier, and then Woods and Cup, and now Puka and Devontae Adams, and before that it was Puka and Cup. Amazing times, man. Amazing times. Whenever the Rams have had, they've gone through periods of time where they didn't have in their history a frontline quarterback. But whenever they got a frontline quarterback, a Bob Waterfield, Roman Gabriel, a Jim Everett, got us to the championship game after we traded Eric Dickerson. Craziness. We had to get rid of Eric Dickerson. Norm Van Brocklin, Vince Ferragamo, Kurt Warner. Now we went and got we went as far as we could with the young Jared Goff too, but Sam Bradford, unfortunately, he won Rookie of the Year and they never got any guys around him. And then now we got Matthew Stafford. Whenever the Rams, and it makes sense, have had a top flight quarterback, they were able to either get to the championship game or win the championship. Hold on one second. Let me. Hold on. All right. It's on the bar. Sorry, hold on. Willie Bunn says, rival QBs beware, Jared versus Cumming, baby. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Spam Musaibi. Is that how you say it? Yeah, I forgot how they said it yesterday. Yes, indeed. Have you tried it? Bryce, has anybody heard Romeo Dobbs to the Rams? Possible. Ooh, I haven't heard that one. That'd be cool. Willie Bunce is absolutely correct. Yes, indeed. Dieter Brock, Canadian Football League QB. Nicky Foles. Yes, indeed. Willie Bunce says, Dieter, yep. Dieter Brock Rubio. Yes, indeed. Love it. Tony Banks. Tony, unfortunately, the bank was closed too many times. Love it. Man, Tony Banks, man, the guy had a decent arm, but he would fumble the ball. He was just a young quarterback that just never, materialized. But oh man, I remember we were having that on that streak against the Niners, and we were going to break it, right? One of the streaks that they had us down, and we were going to break the streak, and then he fumbled on the goal line. Oh man. One thing too that I wanted to show you guys is it's not going to be a long show today because there's not much to talk about, but I just wanted to come in here. Always it's going to be Sunday and Wednesday 7:05. I'll promise you I'll try to be more punctual. I was out again today and I had to do some stuff and I was rushing home. Okay, so for all you Ram fans that are looking for clubs to join, or you want to, I call it, okay, so like my show is the Ramelia Sports Report, right? In case you didn't know, Ramelia is like family, Rams family combined. So Ramelia or Ramley, same thing. Okay, just pronounced differently. So, besides gathering here and stuff, the Rams booster clubs, like coming up pretty soon, you're going to have Rams Fest. There's going to be vendors and Hall of Fame players like the Fearsome Foursomes, Rosie Greer, and Leroy Irvin comes there, NFC champion Ram, played in the Super Bowl. I'll let you guys know when that's going to be, but I wanted to get you guys some information on this. The Rams Republic Fan Club is coming up, and they're going to have a bowling extravaganza where a bunch of Ram fans are able to go. And if you have more information, they have a thing where you can Zelle them or you can Venmo them for $25 per person. They'll tell you what, I believe it covers your shoes. I don't have nothing to do with this. I'm just giving you guys the information. But I know that these are fun. I don't remember if it was them that did the one that I went to years ago, but these are really cool. So, Rams Republic, if you go on social media, Instagram or Twitter as well, this is from Twitter, you can DM them and let them know and get all the information. I don't believe that you have to be a member of their fan club, but I just wanted to bring that to you. This is something that you won't see anywhere else because, I'm a Southern California OG Ram fan, live in Southern California. I can harken back I go back as far as 79, when as a kid, when I saw Vince Ferragamo play. I've been in Southern California since then, and then went to St. Louis. It was always loyalty over location, stayed a Ram fan. And then, now they're back in Los Angeles. And so I can harken back to the 79 Rams, the 80 Rams, the 90s, the 2000, and to now, not just looking at clips. I was actually talking to the guys like a Jerome Bettis or Jackie Slater, Vince Ferragamo, Wendell Tyler, stuff like that. So just so you guys know, it's Rams Republic. So just so you guys know, I don't have anything to do with it. I don't get anything for it. I'm just bringing you guys the information because I want you guys to be able to have some fun and meet other Ram fans. And they do tailgating and stuff too. And if you do join the Cub, they have special benefits. It's a good time. It's a good time. So just so you guys know. I see the names in the chat now. Let's see. Yes, indeed. OG Willie Bowen, Pat Hayden. Yes, indeed. Rubio says, Mark Huge Bolger. Yes, indeed. I love that. Brian Smith says, what do the Lions do? What do the Lions do this season? They got a new offensive coordinator, right? We'll see what happens with them. I think they'll be good, but they may fall off a little bit. It's hard when you're almost there, and then you fall back a little bit. You start losing players, you're like losing coaches, and you didn't strike when the iron was hot. The iron was hot for them when they had Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions had a full head of steam, and they had the Niners blown out in the first half of the NFC Championship game, and they let them off. That was their Super Bowl to win right there. So I'll see. They're still going to be good. They got Agent Hutchinson back. Great team, great players. We'll see what happens, but they should have struck with the iron when the iron was hot, man. Willie Bo says Jeff Rutledge, yes indeed. Willie Bo says turn into Josie the Pussycats, Brian. Joe Namath, yes indeed. OG Joe Namath, Broadway Joe. Unfortunately, we got him when he was done and his career was done, but we tried. Chris Miller, yes indeed. We had Chris Miller too. I remember him throwing that ball to Flipper Anderson over beating Deion Sanders. That was one receiver that Deion, he really had to be careful when he would try to play coy and not go full speed with Flipper Anderson, because he wasn't able to make up that step. If you let Flipper Anderson, and again, I say let loosely, if you allow Flipper Anderson without any impedance to get that step on you, you ain't going to get it back. Let me see if I have that clip for you guys. Let me see. Hopefully I do. Of OG Flipper Anderson and Chris Miller burning Deion Sanders when he was with the 49ers. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Hopefully it's here. It might be on my other laptop. I just want to see here. I want to take a gander. Let's see. Pardon me. Mm-hmm. Okay. No, I must have it on my other computer, darn it, on my other laptop. That's okay. But it's on YouTube. Chris Miller, Flipper Anderson touchdown versus the 49ers. And there'll be one when he was in San Francisco with Jim Everett throwing the ball. Then there'll be the one with Chris Miller throwing the ball. I think it was Thursday Night Football, Sunday Night Football. Damn, I wish I had it here. Okay. Darn it. I think it's on the other laptop. It's got to be, because I'm going through all these videos real quick. But anyway, it was good times, man. Flipper Anderson was amazing, man. Amazing. Trent Green, yeah, man. What could have been? I mean, you can't do any better with that than what Kurt Warner did that year. But remember, Trent Green was the quarterback that we got. He was a little more mobile. He had a good arm. You know, we traded for him, and then he got hurt on that fateful day when the Chargers, Rodney Harrison went low and tore his knee up, and then Kurt Warner was sent from the heavens and came in and did that. And you know, the Rams allowed Kurt Warner, when they had the expansion team, they left him unprotected because he was, you know, they had already traded for a quarterback, and so he was unprotected the year before. Excuse me. Thank God that they didn't take him, right? Willie Bones says, Burt Jones. Yes, indeed. It was they would always say, there goes Georgia, the woman who shall be named as flirting with Burt Jones. Chris Chandler. Yeah, man. Chris Chandler. Dan Pastorini. They were looking for quarterbacks for a long time, man. They couldn't, whenever they were in between quarterbacks, they were looking for quarterbacks, man. Case Keenum. Steve Bartkowski, yeah, man, all those guys, they were always the great quarterback hope, man. They were looking at Eric Crouch. Lawrence Phillips, running back, rest in peace, yeah, man. Lawrence Phillips, he was an amazing talent, man, and he just never turned out, but, he had his own issues, but he was the running back that the Niners had. He was a former Ram that we drafted, but the Niners picked him up, which they like to do is pick up Ram players. And he missed the block that allowed Aeneas Williams, when he was with the Cardinals, to mollywop Steve Young, and that ended his career. Yeah, Jeff Kemp. Gaston Green. Yeah, Gaston Green was so fast, man. And then someone would go, what? And they would skim his foot, and he'd go, One Kelly Ram. What's up, Mary Amelia? How you doing, Kelly Ram? Yes, indeed. We got Jeff Kemp. Yep. Charles White, Lawrence McClutchin, yes indeed, Steve Dills, Eric Dickerson, Greg the Hammer Bell, love it. Mike Gooman, number 44, love it. Jimmy General Blade Everett, yes indeed, the original gunslinger before Matthew Stafford got here. Rubio says, Rudy, where did you get that Flipper Anderson hoodie? Oh yeah, there's a guy that the former owner. It was called Throwback Joe's. I bought it from him. He would go to that Ram Fest place. But now it's the same name. It's called Throwback Joe's. But it's a different owner. And so that's where I got it. Billy Waddy, yes, indeed. Kevin, yes, indeed. Kevin, the Hulkster Green. Darrell Henley was an amazing defensive back, man. Yep. Preston Denard, number 88, man. Yes, Pat Thomas. Pat Thomas knocks out Lynn Swan in the Super Bowl. One Clarence says, Little Hands Tony Banks. Yeah, man. John Capiletti. Yes, indeed. James Harris. When I say James Harris, yes, the quarterback. What am I thinking? Never mind. Yes, James Harris. When I'm rumbling that name in my mind, I was thinking something else. The Steelers defensive player, James Harris. That's why I was like, James Harris. No, yeah, James Shaq Harris. That's what I'm used to seeing him. Yes, indeed, Willie Bowen, OG Willie Bowen. Yup. James Shaq Harris, baby. That's what I'm used to knowing him as. But yeah, you're right, James Harris. That was they called him James Shaq Harris. Yes, but when I see that James Harris, it reminds, and the reason why. James Harris comes to mind as a Steeler because of that Steeler great, but also because I was so heartbroken for Kurt Warner, and I was actually rooting for them. That's the one time that I would root for another team to win the Super Bowl, was when the Arizona Cardinals with Kurt Warner at the helm was playing them, and unfortunately Kurt Warner threw a bad pass, and James Harris of all people took it the distance, man. Right? They went from, it was like a 14-point switch, because they went from going to get ready to score a touchdown or a field goal, but probably a touchdown right in the goal line, and they went back and got somebody should have at least dove in his legs And time ran out, but yes, indeed, James Shaq Harris right there on the screen. Love it, love it, love it. But man, I was rooting for them, man. I'll always be a Ram fan, but in that case, just like I was rooting for Jim Everett to do good when he was with the Saints. Whenever he played the Rams, of course, I'm rooting for the Rams, but I wanted Jim Everett to do good. Never understood why they would get rid of Jim Everett, keep like a TJ Rubley, that one guy, Fred Dreyer, yes, indeed. Hunter. Aaron Cox, yes, indeed, baby. The guy had some speed, boy. Yes, indeed. Jack Hacksaw Reynolds, one of the great nicknames of all time as a Ram. Yes, indeed, Dre Bly, baby, Primetime Bly. He was a big fan of Primetime Deion Sanders, and he did that little behind the head thing, and great play. Yes, indeed, the Youngbloods, Jim and Jack, love it, love it, love it. Yeah, James Harris was a Steeler, but there was James Shaq Harris was before James Harris. He was a Ram quarterback, one of the good quarterbacks too. At that time, the NFL, unfortunately, they didn't have a lot of African American quarterbacks, man. But he was the deal. He was a real deal. They try to switch positions on him, make him switch positions. Bernie Casey, yes, indeed, great actor, great tight end. Bernie Casey, Nolan Cromwell, yes, yes, indeed. Rest in peace, John Robinson, the former all-time Rams winning as head coach before Sean McVay. Passed him up last year, tied him and then passed him up. Yep. Rest in peace, yes, indeed. The Deke, yes, indeed. Deacon Jones, baby. The Minister of Defense, Duval Love, and Jackie Slater. Love it, love it, love it. Billy Waddy, yes, indeed. The original number 80. Let's see here. Billy Waddy. And that Super Bowl, that film, that dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. And then he said, Ferragamo, Billy's open on the left side, on the sidelines. You didn't see him. You didn't see him. Did not see him. Every time I watch the old 79 Rams versus Steelers Super Bowl, I'm like, I always hope for a different ending. I'm just like, as a kid, it's just so heartbreaking, man. I mean, because the Rams were the underdog, and they were leading the whole time. The young quarterback Vince Ferragamo, the backup comes and takes the place of Pat Hayden, and the Rams were beat up the whole year. They didn't have a great record, but they clawed and climbed their way to the NFC Championship game, beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and then went to the Steelers, and they were leading them the whole way, man. Leading them the whole way, but it wasn't meant to be. But that was an all-time great team. The Rams were getting there. They got better as the season went, and they had a chance. But man, it's tough to beat those guys. It's tough to be. They gave them a good shot. But I will say this: if we would have had a healthy Jack Youngblood, John Wayne in cleats, instead of a Jack Youngblood that was hampered playing on a fractured fibia, maybe some of those long passes don't get there because Jack Youngblood's in there a little faster. I want to bring you guys some information. So remember last year when the wildfires were hitting Los Angeles, right? And we went and had our home playoff game, and instead of at home in LA, we went over to the Arizona Stadium, and they made it look like Arizona Stadium. The staff members were so great to the Rams players and staff, the Arizona staff members meaning, and they were just very hospitable. They were the Bidwalls, formerly used to be the St. Louis Cardinals. They were so hospitable, and I wanted to bring this to your attention because this is neat. I just bring you some little stories that shows you how great our franchise is and how great they are in the community and just good people. So Zach Gershman posted this. Kudos to the Los Angeles Rams and the Minnesota Vikings for gifting the Arizona staff member with a gift ball and personalized game ball. Sign of appreciation for helping host the NFC West wildcard game at State Farm Stadium. So he got a gift card, the staff member, and this game ball and it's just appreciation. So that's just really neat. They could have said, well, thank you, man, and let it go. But that's that meant a lot to us because, we didn't have nowhere to play. They didn't have to do that, and, that was just something that was really neat that they did that. And that's a rival, a team. So, my hat goes off to you, Arizona Cardinals. And also too, I can see how they wouldn't do something like that because the Rams always beat the Cardinals. The Rams always beat the Cardinals, man. Sean McVay's lost like 1 or 2 games this whole time he was here. He's something like 12-2 or something like that. So it's crazy. But props to them, man. Yes, indeed. Henry Ellard should be in the Hall of Fame. Yes, indeed. Oz Akeem, the Wizard of Oz. Yes, indeed. Yup. My guy Willie Bowen. Dennis Hara. Yes, indeed, baby. Hercules. Mike Fanning. Ron Brown, yes indeed, the fastest man in the whole damn town. Mel Owens, yes indeed. Doug France, remember Kurt Collins, rest in peace, Kurt Collins. Yes indeed, Doug France. Ron Jesse, Billy Simpson, yes indeed. Anthony Davis, yes baby, love it. But yeah, so that's really neat, of them doing that for us. So that's just kind of cool. I just want to bring that to your attention. And then I don't remember if I showed you guys on my last stream, but you guys know how much we love Super Bowl champion Cooper Kupp, right? You guys know how much we love him, and he's always will be a Ram in our eyes. He wore a Kobe Bryant jersey at the parade. He'll always be a Ram, and he always we got to thank him for helping us. Him, it was basically the Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp show. And, but I say that to say this, that he's such a good guy. I wish we could have kept him, did an incentive-laden deal where the more games he plays, he gets bonuses, and keep him around. And because we really need him for the playoffs and for the big games in the regular season. We could win teams without him, but still get Devontae Adams. But because of what he did for us in the Super Bowl, I say that we should have tried to bring him back. But here he is. I'm not sure if I showed you guys that last time, but he keeps close tabs with his buddies, the Rams, and on the Rams team. Big Wit, the same thing. There's Puka Nacua and the guys, Tyler Higbee, Andrew Whitworth, and they're all working out together. And look at Cooper Kupp, looks yoked, man. It's just I'm gonna miss Cooper Kupp. I wish he was still with us, but that's just really cool. I just wanted to bring that to your attention. Some of you guys probably saw that on social media, but he's just an all-around good guy, man. And I wish him luck, except for when he plays us. And but I look for him to have a really good season, man, because not only is he doesn't need any more fire to get his motor running, but that just gives him some more. They didn't want me back, my team, and so whenever I play him, I'm going to fire my belly. And so yes, indeed. Rebo says Cleveland Gary, yes indeed, Cleveland Gary. Mike Barber. Eric Sievers, yes, indeed, one of my favorite Rams tight ends. He didn't play very long with us, but an amazing guy. Pete Houlihan, yes, indeed. John Balmer, how you doing, brother? Good morning, Rudy from Warsaw, Poland. I am a former Riversider. I love my Rams, 1968, since 1968. Love it, my guy. Hopefully Poland has some great weather. Appreciate you, as always, my guy, John Balmer. Bryce says, wasn't Kupp's contract guaranteed? Yeah, I think it was. I think they still paid him. Bryce Smith says, can Darnold get Kupp the ball? That's the thing that we'll see. We know that their defense is going to be pretty good. The offensive coordinator is going to be they're going to run the ball more. We'll see. But, Cooper Kupp, if he's better now than he was last year, because I think last year, he couldn't go sideways. He couldn't pivot. He was just a straight line player now. I think he was banged up. If he's able to do any kind of lateral movement, Cooper Kupp, man, he'll figure it out. Hopefully the cup is half empty now. Yeah, rolling with Super Bowl champion Roland Williams tied in. Yes, indeed. And yes, indeed, one Kylie Ram says, big number 75 DeMarco Farr. Yes, he grew into that number, baby. Deacon Jones's number, because he became a Super Bowl champion, and he got every ability out of his body. And he hates the 49ers as much as we do. All right, so I want to bring you guys' attention to our quarterback room. So for you guys in the chat, I'm still looking forward to Stetson Bennett maybe getting a chance to he's not making hardly anything, a couple $1 million at the most, if that. People are saying, well, he might be cut off the roster, but why? And like I said this before, he has to do it in the pros, but I like his moxie. I like his mobility. I just, he's learning under Matthew Stafford. He's refocused, and he's an older, he's an older rookie. He's like 27 years old. That's like same age around like Sam Darnold or something. But I basically likened him when we were drafted him to when Brock Purdy had the success in his rookie year. I was saying basically, if he was able to adapt his game to the pros, he's like a Brock Purdy, but with a stronger arm and more swag. But he would have to do it in the pros. Brock Purdy, to his credit, has done it in the pros, right? He's made some plays. He's, even though he's been surrounded by the Avengers, as they like to say, a great team, he still made some plays. So, but I would like to see him get a chance. But in the chat, my question to you is this: is this the best wide receiver room with Jimmy G? He went to a Super Bowl. He's won 5 playoff games, which is more than Brock Purdy and Lamar Jackson. He's 5-2 in the playoffs. Is Brock Purdy, forget what he did with the Raiders, because who does anything with the Raiders right now anyway? They're going to be a lot better this year. But is this the best the best quarterback room rather in the NFC at least? Because just remember, Jimmy Garoppolo's the backup. So, and Stetson Bennett, he has to prove it, but, I think by now he'd be okay with our frontline players. What do you guys think in the chat about that? I'm looking forward to see Stetson Bennett get some playing time. Bryce says, we know Darnold won't get cup the ball against us. Hopefully, man. Yes, I can never say his name. Brandon Manu Malawana. I went to high school with him, Narbonne High School in Harbor City. Love it. Yes, indeed. Robert Big Trees Woods. Yes, indeed. This is Mike Jones. Yes, Mike Jones saved that Super Bowl, baby. Saved him from tying it. Lamar Lundy, part of the fearsome foursome. John Rivers says, our QB room number 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Yep, the 2 proven guys is Jimmy Garoppolo and Matthew Stafford. But I'm just saying, just 3, that's fair, because Stetson Bennett still has to show us in the pros. But I think with our frontline guys in our running game, that he'd be okay. We'll see what happens. Merlin Olsen, yes, indeed, one of the all-time greats, 14 straight Pro Bowls. Merlin Olsen, Bryce was a fearsome foursome, man. The Rams. What other teams? The Purple People Eaters and the Super Bowl Shuffle Bears. The Rams have had so many great nicknames over the years, man. Greatest Show on Turf, the Fearsome Foursome, amazing. Leonard, don't call me little. Yes, indeed. John Ripple says London Fletcher should. Yes, London Fletcher should be in the Hall of Fame. If you look at his stats, he just didn't have the notoriety playing in St. Louis. And but yes, if you look at his stats, and he was durable too. He's right up there in tackles and sacks and interceptions with Ray Lewis. Just didn't have the Pro Bowls because it's, as we know, the Pro Bowl is like a freaking popularity contest sometimes. As a matter of fact, there was one year when Jim Everett, from what I recall, Jim Everett was leading the league in touchdowns, and he was an alternate in the Pro Bowl. That was the year, I think, that, remember Dan Makowski, Magic Man, with the Green Bay Packers? I'm like, what? They should have both been picked at least, but, I'm just like, really? Jimmy is serviceable. Yeah, Jimmy with our offense and McVay at the helm. Yes, because you remember Jimmy Garoppolo, we make fun of him too, but we have to admit as Ram fans, now we can because he's with our team, but we had a Jalen Ramsey, Von Miller. Before Von Miller came, Aaron Donald was there. All the great guys against him, and he would still beat us. We're like, what was that again? He'll go to Cleveland and lose to them when they weren't that good. They have a better defense now, but in the last couple of years. But he would go to them. I'm just using them as an example, and then be right on the money with some balls to beat us. Rubio says, "Oh yeah, Johnny Ripple, you beat me to it." Johnny Ripple says, "Jimmy G would put up great numbers with McVay, but crumble under pressure." Yeah, he would be. That's a great comment, Johnny. I agree. So I'll say it like this: that Jimmy Garoppolo, if he was our starting quarterback, we would win games and we would make the playoffs. But in the playoffs, if anything went wrong, if there was off the cuff plays that he needed to do, if he needed to put the team on his back for a series or two, he's not that quarterback. That's why I say that he Brock Purdy, as great a player as he's been at times, he's not that kind of quarterback. That's not a knock against him. That's just telling reality, in my opinion, that he's not a quarterback that can put a team on his back and get through the tough times. He'll make some flashy plays. Don't get me wrong. He's mobile. He runs away. He makes some decent throws, really good throws down the seam sometimes. He can make some flashy plays, but I'm talking about when things go wrong, a guy goes out. Can he put the team on his back for a series or two and finish it? And he hasn't proven that he can against good defenses with a good pass rush. Don't get me wrong. When the Niners are the better team and they're playing a team that's not as good as them and they don't have a good pass rush, he's the second coming of Steve Young. But when they play a team that has a defense that can get after the quarterback, that can stymie the offense a little bit, he's average Joe. Brian Smith says Jimmy hasn't improved his whole career. But I think you're right on the money, both of you guys, Brian and Johnny. I think with McVay, as long as it's structured, as long as everything's going okay, we can win some games. But if we want to win a Super Bowl, we would need some major breaks with Jimmy there. Rubio says, Adam Archuleta. Yes, indeed. We used to say, Archuleta. The Mob Squad. Yes, indeed, baby. Yes, indeed. The Mob Squad. Defensive edge rushers and Robert Quinn. Love it, baby. Love it. Love it. Love it. Howie Long's son. Give it to me in the chat. Howie Long's son. He used to hate the 49ers. And then then the Rams got rid of him and he won championships with the Eagles. But I can't remember his name. Howie Long's son. Let me go down to the bottom and see. Tavon Austin, yes indeed. Chris Long, thank you, man. Chris Long. John Bomber says, Rudy, are we going to get Jalen Ramsey? It's about the same, John, since the last time we talked about it. We made we waived a player today, and every time we waive a player to off the roster, no call, recall, we're saying, is Jalen Ramsey coming? And then we did the same thing to Darian Kendrick, and then we brought him back. We were like, well, maybe Jalen Ramsey's coming. Well, same thing here, but we will see. I would say at this point it's 40. I would say it's 35-40% that we might get him. Michael Brockers, yes indeed. Michael Brockers. The only problem I had with Michael Brockers, and God bless him, get as much money as you can, is we tried to offer him to restructure his contract to get a little lower contract, and he didn't want to, and that's why he left. But he would have helped us big time, man. I think that was the Super Bowl year in 2018. I think I could be wrong, but I think I was like, man, that would have been nice to have him. But I think that we ended up getting Dominican Sue, right? One class with Ellard, yes indeed, Ellard, Flipper, Bruce, and Holt, yes indeed. John Ripple says Tom Newton signed from the Canadian League Football League, underrated big contributor to the St. Louis champ. Yes, indeed. And the ball-headed dude, our center, not ball-headed, but he had like a flat top, big. He was our center, I believe, right? I can't remember. Talibin Peters. Yes, indeed. Give me his name if you guys have it. I'll say it right now. See if you guys can beat me to it. It's right on the tip of my tongue, man. He had like a mustache and let's see. Ah. I remember Big Ray Agnew in the defensive line. Orlando pick up the pace. Hold on, man. I don't want to look at the chat in case you guys did it, but it's killing me. Hold on. Adam Timmerman, right guard, not our center. Adam Timmerman. I was thinking center, but right guard. Adam Timmerman was on the tip of my. I was thinking center, but that's why it didn't come up when I typed him in. Adam Timmerman. He was so good for us, man. He was so good for us. Todd Light, Todd Collins, Grant Wistrom, Keith Lyle, Trunk Candidate. Remember Trunk Candidate with the weird name? Weird first name? Ernie Conwell. Came back from a horrific knee injury. Robert Holcomb. Remember Robert Holcomb? And then remember, this is a fun name. Nate Hodgood. Nate Hodgood Chittick. Tony Horn-A-Plenty was so amazing on the kickoff returns. Yes, indeed. It's my guy, Monster. What's up, Rudy? And Ramilia, this team is ready for a Super Bowl run. Stay healthy, and the Rams will be champions in North Cal Ram Stadium. Yes, indeed. And he's talking about Levi Stadium, a.k.a. SoFi North. Yes, indeed, baby. Yes, indeed. That's exactly right, though. He's got it right on the head. If this team can stay healthy, and when can we stay healthy? Remember, 2018, no Cooper Kupp, a banged-up Todd Gurley with gimpy knees. Now, remember, we had to get C.J. Anderson off the scrap heap to help us run the ball against the Cowboys, right? It wasn't the same explosive Todd Gurley in the beginning of the 2018 season. We lost Robert Woods in the 2021 season. We had to go out and get OBJ, and we went and got Von Miller as well. And then we were down to our third string tight end. OBJ gets hurt in the Super Bowl. It looks like he's going to go off for a MVP season. The 79 Super Bowl backup quarterback Vince Ferragamo has to take over for Pat Hayden, which it actually worked out. But a starter wasn't there, a veteran, experienced starter. And maybe he would have hit Billy Waddy on that sideline. He was wide open. And then our greatest weapon on defense on the edge, one of our greatest weapons, Jack Youngblood has a fractured fibia. Why can't we just play a Super Bowl where we're all healthy? And then the Super Bowl that we lost against Tom Brady, the 2001 Super Bowl, I don't know if you guys knew this, but Kurt Warner was wearing a flap jacket around his waist, his ribs, because the Eagles, the championship game before, smashed him in the ribs, and so he was still sore when he played the Super Bowl. So that's no excuses why we lost, but he wasn't up to snuff as far as being nice and healthy. But, that's what happens when you play NFL. But I remember, I think that was the game. I could be wrong because it's so many years ago. They kind of asked, because Kurt Warner was going to play. He wasn't anything where he has broken ribs or anything, but he was just sore. He was playing the Super Bowl with that flap jacket. He said, "Oh, well, actually, I was working on some plays. I didn't really notice that that they didn't take him out." So he could have took him out and tried some plays, and man, but yeah, that would have been nice though to have a Kurt Warner without a flap jacket. Bryce says, we laughed at Jimmy when he was a Niner because he was so overpaid. Yeah, they made him the highest paid quarterback at that time. Yes, indeed. Brian Smith says $2 million is about right for Jimmy. Yup. Tavon Ashton was a beast. He was ahead of his time, man. That speed. Yes. Johnny G says Jimmy G is making $11 million this year. A decent backup QB cost. Yeah, that's right. He's making $11 million. That's crazy. Yes, indeed. James Laurinaitis. Yes, indeed. That's another guy, number 55. James Laurinaitis. Whenever I see they're two different positions, but whenever I see fixed flex and he's getting after the quarterback, it reminds me of that number 55. Two different body types too, but they're both big guys. James Laurinaitis didn't have the middle, but big dudes. And the big number 55 chasing quarterbacks and running people down reminds me of James Laurinaitis. There's a guy that played in the shadow because we were in the NFC West with the Niners linebackers, but he was a great linebacker. Unfortunately, he didn't have any primetime games because the Rams teams at that time, they weren't able to show him in national TV televised games. But yes, James Laurinaitis was awesome. Bryce says Jimmy is guaranteed $3 million for the season per Google. Okay, cool. Nick Fairley. John Rose, backup QB in the NFL is the best job in all sports. The team does not want you to play if you don't have to. Isn't that a fact? Everyone is surprised that you would get paid for that. It really is, man. But like for me, that's good money. But I was like, man, I want to be out there, dude. I want to like help my team win. Like. What's up, man? How you doing, man? Appreciate you. Johnny Ripple says, for the love of God, Brett Rippon is still getting a check. Is he? What? Hold on. You made me rip out my earphones. I'm sitting in my low chair. My chat is going over my head. Oh, man. That's crazy. John Bomber said Ramsey has been on the market longer than a house in Riverside. Yes, indeed. They're like, what? You want for this broken down house? You want $2 million? Kyle Turley. Yes. Bryce Smith says, looks like Jimmy G is getting $3,125,000 this season per cap. Good money to sit and watch Matthew Stafford do his thing. Danny says, all the homies that hate Rippin. When Kerm says, George, the Animal Kid. The Animals Kid. Yes, George, the Animals Kid from the tag team wrestling. I can't believe it. Adam Timmerman. Yes, so that was early. Yes, TJ Rubley. Yes, indeed. You guys got it. You guys are right on it. Marcus Pope. Yes, indeed. From the, what wrestling was it that they were from? The Road Warriors, right? The Road Warriors. Let me go down and skip and find it. Pisa, yes, indeed. Aeneas Williams, love it. Robert Dalpino, Pisa, Tina Samoa, yes, indeed. Todd Kitchen, yeah, we used to say when he used to run the ball, run, Forrest, run. Bryce Smith, Jimmy's padding his NFL pension at this point. Sega Beast 16-bit. Let's go, Ramili. How you doing, brother? Appreciate you. Andy McCollum, yes. Howard Tyson, can't remember when I've been this hype on a new season. The heartbeat is alive. Yes, man. Believe me, it's going to be amazing. Bang, bang, Escalator Gang. Road Warriors, the Legion of Doom. I remember Legion of Doom. Yes, that was it. Yes, indeed. Junior Sale, rest in peace. His nephew, Pisa. Yes, indeed. Kevin Green, as always. Yes. I wanted Aeneas Williams to get a ring 2001. So bad, man. So bad I want him to get a ring, man. The game we could have, if we would have played that Patriots team, I said this before, 10 times we would have beat them 9, man. We would have beat them 9 times. Let's see. I want to bring this to you. Just in case you were wondering about this young Rams team, the average age of the Rams, that's with older 37-year-old Matthew Stafford, mind you. The average age of the Rams' current roster is 26.1 years old. 16th in the NFL. I really like their mix of youth and experience, though the projected starting offense ranks as the oldest in the league. So there you go, Cameron De Silva with that information. And that's because Matthew Stafford is 37 years old. Jason Sehorn, yes, the New York Giant, man. He played some okay. So he was such a disappointment, though. We thought he was going to be a lot better, but the team, sometimes the team doesn't gel with the player. I forgot about Jason Sehorn. Let's see. And then we're going to get to this. I wanted to show you guys again. So I posted this on my community chat. The dates, some of them are already sold out. They're free tickets. You can get your training camp tickets for the La Loya Marymount training camp. In Rams training camp tickets, and then it'll get to the site, and then you can click on the link, put your information and email, and then you can get your tickets for free. So that's ongoing too. I just wanted to mention that for you guys. USC, baby, fight on. Rasmus Rumbo, you here? Rumbo, where are you at, Rumbo? Rumbo, where are you at? Where are you at? Rubio says Seahorn is married to Angie Harm. That's right. I was going to say he was with somebody famous. Sega B says, my boy Cooper Kupp. That's the NFL business, though. Thank you, CK, for your country. Yes, exactly right, man. Exactly. We can't keep them forever, but, man, it really stings. You know, because, man, if you guys, the Super Bowl, we all remember that. Just what he did for us, man. I mean, even before he caught that Super Bowl catch, remember they slammed him good in the back of the end zone, and we had to run the play over again, and they got him good, and that's when Matthew Stafford run to the back of the end zone to the defender and said, "What did you do? Did you hurt my guy?" He just shook it off and came right back. Ruby said, more like run, bro. Johnny Ripple says, Todd Kitchen was around before the league figured out wide receivers could be good. Oh, they're divorced. Oh, that sucks. Seahorse and Harmon are now divorced. Yeah, that's a sign of the times, man. That sucks. But it's tough when you're gone for a long time, and then you don't play no more, and a lot of stuff goes on. Mm-hmm. Can I get this mural in here? Hold on. I want to show you guys something. Hold on. Oh, speaking of Rambo. Oh. Where you at, Rambo? Oh, I love it. Mm-hmm. Oops. I wanted to put this mural behind me real quick. See how it looks. Awesome mural. I'll show you guys right now. Ah, come on. Stop. It keeps. Hold on. My granddaughters went to the dentist today, and they brush their teeth, but they're little kids, and so they had some cavities, and like, you guys can't have sweets no more. We felt so bad for them. Let's see how this lines up. Let me see. Amazing mural. There we go. There we go. Poor babies. Rubio says, Case Keenum, Rams great. Case Keenum. Joe Tovar says, good evening. And Ramley can't wait for the training camp and practice. Yeah, the tickets went on sale, or not sale, but they're on for the taking. Joe, hopefully you got your tickets, brother. Baker Magic Mayfield, yes indeed. McVay rejuvenated his career, bringing him to the Rams for that amazing game he gave us against the Raiders. John Russo says, Ryan Fitzpatrick was a March project that went on to play forever. Yeah, unfortunately he wasn't Ryan Fitzmagic yet. Russo says, their anguish is my joy. F the whiners. Yeah, man. I love. It's all good fun making fun of them, and Brandon Cooks, yes, indeed. But to me, it's a Rams fan's birthright to make fun of the team from Santa Clara, the small market team from Santa Clara. But it's funny because talking to Niner fans, they're under the impression that it's the same franchise. It won 5 Super Bowls, 4 of them before the free agency era, mind you, but it's not. But it's funny though. The guy Stockton, how you doing, Stockton? I hope everything's going good. He's here. He made it. General says Ryan McNeil, Gerald McBurrows. Love it. Hold on one second. Any of you guys in the chat, are you guys gonna pick up any jerseys? Any new jerseys like Puka? I mean, I know that they changed numbers now and stuff. That's the thing that sucks. You got to get that insurance, I guess. What do you guys think about that? About player changing numbers and stuff. Like, I know some of you guys already had number 17. I almost got a number 17. Almost did, because you're like, oh, he's going to be a great one. Let's get his jersey now. And I want to just show you something before we close it out. Speaking of the Bang Bang Escalator VCR gang, check this out. So, in case you didn't know, the George E. Kittle was on a podcast, and he was saying, I apologize for there not being any drama in Santa Clara this offseason to Rich Eisen, right? He couldn't be more wronger than he could be, because there is Ayuk drama. He's going cryptic with messages, unfollowing the Niners. Frank Gore, Terrell Owens, aka Terrible Owens, on a team. He was a great player, but a cancer in the locker room. And who else was it? Patrick Willis. We're all talking to him on the sidelines, maybe trying to talk sense into him. And I say that to say this, that Terrell Owens just added to the mix. Now, with AI and people making stuff up, if this is true, what he said... Oh, Rambo, where you at, brother? Where you at? I got to get Rambo on here. I've never really seen him, meaning Ayuk, as a number 1 receiver, wide receiver, to be honest. Terrell Owens. Oh, God bless him. Hold on. Where you at, Charlie Murphy? Cue Charlie Murphy. Cue Charlie Murphy. Where you at, Charlie? Hey, Charlie. There's too many videos. Hold on. That's crazy. Where is it at? Where are you at, Charlie? There you go. And now they're trying to trade the man. Like, before I coined them the regular season empire after losing to us in the NFC Championship game. And then at the same time, they got a second name, and I coined them the Bang Bang Escalator Gang. Or before, to make it longer, it was Bang Bang SoFi Escalator Gang, because they're so happy. We're going to go to SoFi. And so before that, I would call them the Can't Get Right crew. And it's exactly right. They cannot get right in the Kyle Shanahan era. Have they gone to the Super Bowl, multiple NFC Championship games over and over again? Yes. But they got a loaded roster to their benefit, but they haven't been able to close the deal. So, oh man, it's crazy. Rubio says, Santa Clara Winers of Castro Square. Soccer says, I tried to get training camp tickets and they're all sold out. Oh, wow. Great information. Probably half of them were Niner fans. Probably half of them are Niner fans. You know, they love to come to our stadium and our training camps. Guarantee you, mark my words, and I'll bring it to you, that there'll be some Ram fans. Because I'm going to tell you guys this, that there are Ram fans that have season tickets. There are. I saw it with myself when they were giving the Sean McVay bobblehead dolls. There were, and it was like the Bears versus whoever. I mean, the Rams versus whoever, the Bears or somebody. They were giving like a Sean McVay bobblehead doll to season ticket holders, right? You could only get one if you're a Ram season ticket holder. There was Niner fans in line, and you know me, I'm right there, and I keep it light. You know, I'm not trying to be mean, but you know, I gotta make fun of you if I'm a Ram fan and I happen to be there, and I look over and you're in line to get a Sean. Let me ask you guys in the chat. Would you go in line to get a Stockton? Are you able to come in? Come on, I'll give you the link. If you guys want to come on, let me know in the chat. I'll give you guys the link. But I'm going to ask you guys this question: would you guys, number one, ever get season tickets for meaning you want to have the best seats? So I don't know why you would get season tickets for a rival team, but would you, number A, get season tickets for a Niner season tickets? Being a Ram fan. B, would you go get a Sean McVay bobblehead wearing your Niner gear? That's how I knew that they were Niner fans. It's not that they went, you know, and they were there. They came in their Niner gear to embarrassingly get a Sean McVay bobblehead. I would have had more respect for them if they would have just went incognito and then try to sell it to their buddy who's a Ram fan or whatever. So my buddy is going to let me know which tickets he or my other buddy got, and I'll let you know if there's any extras too. Stockton. I kind of struck on that too because I'm going to go with them and they're driving. Well, for that side, and then if you got them, I would go with you as well. I would meet you there, or go with you, whatever would come up. But I'll let you know. Stockton says they never sell out, and they are out, and wow. That's crazy. Yeah, there's always a couple of days. And the first day I saw like half of the days were gone. Second B says our division should be interesting this season. I see us for making the playoffs. Oh, for sure, man. I mean, if we make the playoffs, I'll be so pissed but also surprised. If you're able to come in, if you guys want to come in before I log off, I'm going to put the link in the chat. You don't have to use your camera. You can come on. With just your audio, it'll tell you not to turn your camera on. If you want to, you can. Call in link. But yeah, we've had this before. We've had this conversation before. Like the Niners mantra or slogan is faithful to the Bay. And so then how are you a Dodger Laker fan? and you're like, go Lakers, go Dodgers, beat LA. And when the Rams come to Santa Clara. Rebo says, I'm going to get a flipper jersey. I love it, man. There you go, baby. Get a patch too made that says on the 331 yards. Second B says, yeah, I need to pick up a new jersey. I got Cooper Kupp, Brandon Cooks. I love it, man. Love it, love it, love it. The jersey that I missed out on, I wish I would have got when they were available. You know, I had the black jerseys, the Super Bowl commemorative jerseys, Aaron Donald and Matthew Stafford. I never got a Cup, and I never got a OBJ one. I wanted to get one. I didn't. Kittle's such a meathead. If you remember Georgie Kittle, I like him. You know, he's a cool dude, one of the great tight ends, but he was bullshitting. He's such a good-natured guy, but he was bullshitting with his defender in the Super Bowl. And it's just bad luck on his part because I think CMC fumbled. And because he was, how you doing? Whatever the guy's name was, he was saying, joking around, like kind of putting his hand out, I think, or just saying something to him. His defender wasn't paying attention to him, and he was aware enough to jump on the fumble, and he landed on it. And Kittle's like, oh, Kittle like jumped on him backwards. with his back on him. I'm like, this guy. Rubio says, bang, bang. Oh, crap, we're shooting blanks. Gang. Les need jersey for me. There you go, baby. F them picks. Bryce says, do you have a clip of Rombo, Rudy? Yeah, let's see. I have my other computer, so it's going to show. Okay, here's a clip. Rombo's on here. First it's Grant Cohn, and then here's the other one. Hold on.
Look at this guy, man. You guys you're like a star now. The Rams win the Super Bowl.
Look at this side.
And of course, here he comes. Listen, is he smoking a cigar? He's really gonna. What? Oh my God! Yes, Rudy.
What's funny though is we go back and forth on Twitter, and it's good-natured fun. It's just sports. But since I've known him, guess whose team is the only one to have won a Super Bowl? I've known him. I found out about his channel by accident. I would go in there, we'd go back and forth. I'd call in. They'd cut me off when I got some good points in. And it's been over, let's see, 2018, 2017, 17, 18, 19. No, it was 18, 2018, I think. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 8 years now. Holy smoke. And they still trying to get a Super Bowl. My team has won. Oh, man. Love it. Johnny Ripple says, former Rams O-line Jason, former Lions O-lineman Jason Brown owns and works at a vegetarian restaurant in San Diego. Oh, that's awesome. Close to the Padres. Oh, that's awesome. Padres Stadium. Brian says, so defensive up north. Yes, indeed. Shannon Kent will be fired this year. Let's see. Okay, there it is. Yeah, if you guys want to come in, Stockton, if you're able to come in, let me know. Like I tried, Bermuda world champion, Rumble Road Chump. Go Dodgers. Yes, indeed. Love it, love it, love it. I have another one, Brian Smith. I don't know if you saw it. It's on my other computer. I have a new intro. I got Larry Krueger on there. I got Wayne Breezy. I got a lot of the main guys on there, and I give it to them all. But Grant Cohn is my guy. Like, we basically, when I go on there, we both make fun of the Niners, so I love it. Forbes is looking good. If we don't get Jalen Ramsey, I think we'll be okay, but Jalen Ramsey would be a great asset, man. Asset. Really looking forward to seeing if Forbes can get starter snaps at cornerback. He was first round pick for a reason. He has athletic. Yeah. I'm a little shell shocked and worrisome about stuff, because remember we got what's his name, White last year. What was his name? The cornerback that we end up getting rid of at the halfway through. Let's see. Hold on. Tre'Davious White. I just don't want a Tre'Davious White situation. Hopefully he'll be better than him. But also he was coming off an injury, and he was getting calls that other cornerbacks wouldn't get called on too. Rigo says, I had a Raiders fan try to talk crap to me about the Rams. I started laughing and said, 41 years ago. Listen, just tell him this, that the Raiders experiment in Los Angeles lasted 12 or 14 years, and they went back to Oakland, and now they're on the strip and circus. Ramos seems cool. No, he's a good dude. He's a Laker fan, Dodger fan. We go back and forth. He really doesn't like it when the Rams win. He doesn't give the Rams any credit at all. Like, he'll give the Philadelphia Eagles. He hates them too, but he'll give them more credit than us. Deuce Falco says, I'm not worried about the Rams. They should have went to the Super Bowl last year. They should make it there this year. Yeah, I mean, 13 yards away, man. If we don't fumble twice, you have to make the plays. If you don't make the plays, that's whose fault? Our fault. If we didn't fumble, they got 6 points. We lost by those 6 points. We could have just kicked the game-winning field goal if they didn't score those 6 points, despite Saquon Barkley having those long runs, 14 points. Despite that, if we didn't fumble twice and the 6 points they got, we would have kicked the game-winning field goal. We're at the 13-yard line. We're going to the NFC Championship game against the Washington team, and we're back in the Super Bowl, and we're knocking Jared Verse is knocking Mahomes down for the count, and we win that Super Bowl. Love it, love it, love it. Second says getting Jalen Ramsey back covering more one-on-one, especially in critical games, not really a safety, would be awesome to utilize them more that way defensively, but I have faith in it. Yeah, I have faith in him too. The star position, moving him around, maybe a free agent, like a free safety, giving him the experience. You know how you have Jalen Ramsey, who's an all-time great. Just having him out there on the field with you kind of gives you a little more swag, a little more confidence, and that helps young guys. That would help, even if we only brought him in for 1 year. We signed him for a 2-year deal, and then whatever we do with the next year. But that would help us in the long run with these young guys. But he has to come at the right price, you know. Love it, love it, love it. Without relying on us, yeah, I understand what you're saying. Either way, we'll be fine. But Jalen Ramsey would just kind of add it to the mix. All right, guys, I'm going to call it a night. I appreciate each and one of you guys. Next Sunday, we'll do a call-in link so you guys know. So that way we can come in. I did it again here, but it was the last minute. Let me know if you guys want to come in the comments and chats, and just be ready so you can have everything set up so we can talk Rams football. Always, again, it's Sunday and Wednesday, 7:05 at night. We'll see you guys here always Sunday and Wednesdays, and we'll add more days as the season gets here. And of course, look at my Twitter, Remilia Sports, and YouTube, a community post for any news that comes along the way. I appreciate each one of you guys, love each one of you guys, and as we always say, may the Remilia be with you, and Remulators, mount up. All right, guys, have a great night.